Okay. Right back at you here. With Ice Cube and and that right there. So how's it going? I'm sorry for my very wet appearance. Just came from washing my hair. I guess that would go with my very ridiculously wet sense of humor. Well, let's see. What do I have to talk about? Well, there's a lot of people out there that are disarrayed. And yes. And up and at 'em. 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 If anybody didn't recognize that came from The Simpsons, between a very annoying kind of conversation between McBain or Vinny Wolfcastle. I think that's James Bond in The Simpsons world. Not quite sure though, but it's one of those figures they would have made fun of in The Simpsons. Yeah, is his daughter Rocky Murphy? Yeah. Anyway. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it was that kind of a idyllic thing there. Ah, Wilma. Hiya, Fred. Neighbor, help. Okay. Well, it's not easy. It's not easy a topic, I will admit, to get into, but I always somehow do. With any topic, rather it's my girl, you know, rather it's speaking of my girlfriend, or throwing out B and C material or throwing out B and C B and C and D material for a lot of different arithmetics in acting or putting things together. Kind of more serious, more not just serious, but a lot of very like off the wall and uncharted and very ridiculous, if you want to call it that, or make that, or go down that road of talking forms of social interaction and acting ability mixed with a lot of shocking things that mixed with a lot of like Shakespeare and blood. If you get, yeah, it's a combination of all that, you know, it's a combination of everything. So I guess the topic is, I don't know, topic material. This world is large. It could be larger if a lot of us didn't have to be in wheelchairs, but we do. And I'm saying we do, as in some of us happen to hit that level if our legs don't work, or if we had good legs in the beginning and then we didn't. Which kind of brings up the topic of being labeled. Actually, it doesn't it does. See, in the beginning there were a lot of misguided retellings of being labeled. Recently it was products, and then the next thing anybody had time to know or realize, people started getting labeled by nationality, by the way they look, or appear to look. Cerebral palsy is a disabling. Autism, Down syndrome, and anything that would be described, and anything that would be made into a label against and not with, which seems to be what you mostly hear about and see about. Hey, that person's crippled, that person's in a wheelchair, that person is this and that. And they even took a hospital term and turned it all on its behind, or on its face, but you know the one I'm talking about. Used to be a hospital term. Now it's being used every day in a way that no one saw coming, and everyone hates it. In fact, it's the social and emotional, physical, and I guess I could think of a word. In a word, it's pretty much the F-bomb, and it's, I think, put on more people with Down syndrome more than anybody else with a need of any kind, or a disabling of any kind. And I do not fit in that society. I don't fit, but I come under. I come under the rehabilitation of someone who's labeled, and I shouldn't be really under that rainbow, but I am. I have Down syndrome, and I don't know what. Like, I got it from my parents. I will not get into the grossness of it, but I did get it from my parents. And I don't mean the actual syndrome itself. I mean the things that make it. One power came from my father, from my dad. Another power came from my mom. Wouldn't be surprised if I got mixed, confused genes there to come up with the chromosome 47. I hope I get that number right. Now I do have it, but I'm choosing to live without it and have it at the same time. See, people with that don't. It's kind of like they got this monkey on my back syndrome or something, and they call it Down syndrome. There's dances for it, there's themed things for it. There's special made things like special made dances, that are really just fixed stances that anyone can avoid, but they go there anyway because it's not a because it's, and then there's Down Syndrome Day, stuff like that. Just beating the crap, and I'm sorry to say this out loud, beating the crap out of Down syndrome, like as if it was really special. It's not. It's, in fact, it's ridiculously average. I'm not saying you couldn't feel special, but the extra baggage of having to live with it, that's where I draw the red flag, you know, like, these things should not be happening. Down Syndrome Day, Down Syndrome this, Down Syndrome that. I mean, sure, it's a great, sure, it's an experience, but it's not something that should be celebrated. You can celebrate the experience of it, you know, but, well, I mean, think of it this way. I have extra skin on my body, and then I find out that there's an extra skin day, you know, as a great big celebration for people who have extra skin on their body. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but it doesn't. Down syndrome is like the extra skin. You have it, and I'm not saying you can't enjoy, and I'm not saying others can't enjoy it. I'm saying it's wrong to celebrate it. You can enjoy your extra skin, but don't make a